Welcome to Trading Lounge and the gold silver report for the 26th of April. And look, it looks like we're sort of on track here now with our wave 4 low being in place here. And you know, when I'm looking at this level here, we're looking at wave 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 and 5 moving up here. So this first high above the level, once that comes in, then we'll see a larger correction come back in play here again. This is all really quite normal. So this pattern that we're looking at here is the classic trading levels pattern, where we've come up to this level here, the 2000, and we're looking for an ABC pattern, which we've got. And now we're about here. So we're looking for 5 waves in the first high above this level here. And then we'll see a larger ABC pattern unfold here for that. So yeah, classic trading levels pattern. So the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level in 5 waves. And then we look for a larger ABC pattern coming into play here. Also too, the volume, it's April. It's not quite the end of April yet, the 26th. So this is where our volume stands at the moment. We'd like to see some increased in volume in this move to the upside. But if we break this down into from monthly to weekly here, it shows a slightly better picture where we've got, well, we can see that we're building volume now. We're increasing volume. And one of the important things coming into the low here was seeing that decreasing volume into the downtrend, and now we're seeing increasing volume to the upside. So that's really important. One of the things that I've mentioned when it comes to the trading levels, the next most important number here will be the 18. So to have the 18 as support is important. You'll notice that I've got this wave 4 here, because it's also possible to have this pattern play out a little bit further from wave 3 here, an A wave to here, and an A, B, and C wave to here for the B wave, and down for the C wave. So that's possible because we don't have a nice clear 5-wave structure down through here. So we need to be a little bit mindful of that. Now, one of the things here from the low here, we've been looking at wave 1 and 2 here, and 3 here, and 4 here perhaps, or we could count this as 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 of the smaller degree of structure as well. So there's different ways we can count this, but the most important thing here and the takeaway was that once we've had 5 waves from this low here to this point here, anything above that, we would be bullish above that. Or if we can figure out that we've actually got a corrective pullback here, then we can also get into that a little bit further. So in this case here, this would be looking for another move to the downside. But the count that we're sort of primary looking at is on the just on the 4-hour chart here, with wave 4 already being in low here. So in this case here, we could count this as blue wave 1 and blue wave 2 and blue wave 3 here, like I had it before, but the wave 3 is a little bit small, so I haven't counted it. We can count it as an A and a B and a C wave here, and we're done and dusted from here, and we just keep continuing to fall down through here. That's possible. So the way that we get around that and solve that problem is that, well, we know we had 5 waves in this structure here, so that means that we can just go long above this high here, or we can go along above the second high. Or if we can work out that this actually is a corrective pattern, which we can't do at this stage, we'd need to get some more information, but we're getting there. We're waiting for that top to come in play, and then we're waiting for a corrective move. And yes, it can be the A, the B, and the C wave and finished here, or have another little low in here and, you know, back onto this and finish off here, but we're not quite yet there just yet. So going to the hourly chart here for this, so the blue wave 1 and 2 here, and then we were counting up, as you know, as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave 1, so that's all okay. And then we were looking for our ABC pattern, so that's coming into play now. We had our A wave here last time we spoke, and I think the B wave was pretty close. And then we're looking for wave C to move down. So we've got that wave C that moved down. It has moved down rather fast, I have to say, because C waves are normally on more of an angle over here compared to wave A here. So that does raise alarm bells for the downside as well there. But the takeaway here at the moment is that we can go long above wave B here. Now, we may be able to get a better position than that as well, but as technically as it stands in Elliott, if we take out that B wave, well, then we'll be going higher at that point. So that's all good. We can do that. I'll just have a look on the tick chart here just to have a little look at this. I'll just go to 20 ticks and have a little. Where are we? I'm just going to go back a bit further. Just want to have a make sure I'm on the right page. So this is our A wave, our B wave, and our C wave here for this. That's okay. Let's just. It looks impulsive building up off there. We'll just get a better. Let's just focus on this for a second. I mean, we may as well focus on this because there's. Nothing else really matters at this point. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. So it's 1. And then looks like we've got 1 in here. I'm not sure about this here. Just double check this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm not sure what that is. There's 5 waves in this one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's okay. So that must be a third and a fourth here. So that seems 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. I'm not quite sure. I just have to ponder that a bit. Let's come back. It has to be 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. That would leave 3, 4, 5. That would leave this one here to here. That's 5. That one here would leave to there. And this one down to here. So it looks like we've got that 5 waves there. And then it looks like, well, first of all, it'll be safer to be above the 61.8% mark, which is here. So having that as support would be a catalyst to the upside. This looks impulsive here as 1 and 2 here. We can look at all of that as the third, the fourth, and the fifth, and A and a B and a C here. So we are, but it still doesn't get us out of the picture. It still doesn't get us up there. I mean, it still can be corrective. It still can be an A wave to here, a B wave to here, and a C wave moving up here to have further downside. Like, I don't know if we're going to get 5 up to here and then come down to 3, 4, and 5 here. I don't know that. Or we're just going to continue to climb up here. So because I don't know that, then I have to take the next logical step and put the 61.8% in there. In fact, we can just gravitate over and put it at 85. Because that would be the closest, largest number, and just look for the classic trading levels pattern there as well. So the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, some sort of ABC sort of pattern, and then build in the first position from here. It only has to be small. I mean, you could go long here and just leave the stop out, put the stop here. But that's where the stop would have to be if you wanted to move in now, which is nice and close, isn't it? You know, so, but that's the risk. That's where the risk is. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the way up for 5 for the third. So 1 and 2, unless that's part of that here. So that needs to be sorted. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to put that as a truncated fifth wave because we're still one wave short there, even here. As the A wave, the B wave here, and then 1. Yeah, so even on this side of the fence over here, you'd still need to leave the stop. You can get the stop a bit closer. You could actually lift the stop up. If you wanted to go in, you could lift it up here somewhere. Not much difference, but it's something, isn't it? If you wanted to. But that's risk, you know, that's exposure at that point. So we don't know I can't confirm what's going on at that point. So that would be the safe trade up here, sitting on top of that supply. Okay, so let's just rehash this before we move on. So we're in group 2. The market's supported by group 2. The ABC may be done and dusted. Yeah, we just have to wait. Let's go back to the hourly chart at least. So you can go on the 85, which is here. You can go long on 85 there. That's something. But it's risk, you know, that's, you're exposing yourself. Anything under that, really. Don't need this one here now. That's kind of what we were looking for. I mean, we're still a fair way off our 61.8% retracement level. Let's just have a look at the US dollar as well. So this is the 4-hour chart on the US dollar, the DXY. As I've mentioned before, we're looking at all of this move up here as a corrective rally because this first move here has got 3 waves, an A and a B and a C wave here. So that's corrective, making the rest of whatever happens here is corrective. I label it as an A and a B, and then we started counting 5 waves up there, which we got. Now this whole correction here could just be a larger correction with a wave A here, coming down to this box here, and then moving up here again in 3 waves. So I'm just going to go from 4 hours to 1 hour to investigate that a little bit further. It looks impulsive at this stage. So from the top here, or I think we're on the right track of further downside. So 1 and 2 in here. 3 and 4 into here, and 5 to here. So we had wave 1 here and 2 here for that. So we've got this as wave 1 here and 2 here. I'm still, I probably could use all of that too, or double check that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But even conservatively 1 and 2 and 3 here, and 4 here, and going down for 5. So this is where this move down through here into the 61 point, the lower end here, the 61.8%, that can be wave 3 and 4 here, or it can be wave B here as well. So I had wave B sitting here somewhere before. No, so I'll just copy this one. It's kind of important what happens right here because it can affect the gold market, of course. So we could have one more low come in here, and that could be wave B, and we could start to see this go up from that point. I mean, we expect it to go up anyway to wave 4 here, but it could play havoc with any upside for gold. because I was thinking that that this market would come down to, would make its way down to, why isn't that working? Make its way down to 88 here for this. Okay. Yeah, I thought we'd end up down at 88 here roughly for this low. And, because they turned on the same day, didn't they, the 31st of March. So gold's been running up while this has been running down. And if we're counting this correctly in 5 waves here, once it gets to here, it's going to have at least once it gets to here, it's going to have a larger rally. So that could put a bit of a dent in gold at that point. Okay, anyway, we'll just keep an eye on that a little bit further, and we'll have a look at silver. Of course, silver's doing the same thing as gold, so just on the 4-hour chart here, if we look at it like this, then wave B here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave C here, and then start to look to the upside. How's that wave 3 here going? Is it the length of that? How does that compare to wave 1 here? So we can see that wave 3 is a bit longer in this case than wave 1. Not much, but noticeable. So it's possible that we can label it wave 3 here, with wave 4 coming into play here, and wave 4 can pull back to the 38.2% or the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree and all that sort of stuff. So let's just check on that here for a moment. The 38.2 is where it's sitting here. So normally what I do is I'll take the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree and the 38.2, and then that will be our little zone there for that as such. Now, it may not be wave 3, it could be wave 1 of a smaller degree going up. So I could have this in blue wave 1 and blue wave 2 here, then 1 and 2. But the most important point is that the move up through here is in 3 waves. So if it's going to be a corrective rally, then those 3 waves up there are important, because we'll just see more downside come here. So once again, with this market, we can go long in this once that's taken out, because that will turn our 3 waves into 5 waves at that point. We could also get a better position here on that, but let's just go into the hourly chart here, where we've been talking about the same thing for quite some time here with all of this. So we can look at it in different ways of blue wave 1. We can look at it as wave A and B, but all we really wanted to ever do was get past this top here. So the wave C here so far is a little bit short really compared to wave A here. So we may end up further down here just yet. So we're not ready to be you could get away with it, but yeah, the safe trade is taking this top out here, that second high here. That's where we go long at this point. So I just want to give this another session. I want to see if we actually get 3 waves down here to finish this off here for this. I'm not quite sure if we go that way or we go straight up from that point, but I do think it's worth waiting a little bit. You can also do what we did with gold and go from this high here down to this low, find the 61.8% mark and then go long from that point. The other thing that you could do here is you're at 26 here, so you can go to 26.30. So that would be the top of group 1 at that point. Finding a support on top of group 1 would be also acceptable. You'd need top of group 1 as a tested support. That would be a safe trade as well. So I just don't know what's going to happen here yet. We need the market to prove to us that it's strong and and it's going to be taking out that high there. And if it does that, well, then we can go long. We could also, we drew lines through here before, we could do that. If you're really keen, you could probably build in on 10, 20 and 30 here, but yeah, I just think it's a little bit early. And the thing I don't like about this is just the speed at which this came down, because normally with an ABC pattern, the wave C, if we go up here, and the wave A is normally sharp, taking out all the stops and everything, and then wave C is on more of an angle. If we see wave C coming down sharp like that, well, that tells us the personality is more like a wave 3 coming down, you know. So we need to be a bit careful. So look, we've been waiting a long time. We just have to be patient and wait further. We had to wait for this 5 waves to move up through here. We played around with it a little bit. We watched the top come in, and now we're watching the corrective move come in. We don't know if we're going to get further downside or further upside, but we know what to do and when to do it, and it's that high here for that at that point. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers. Pick it up tomorrow.